What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. It's time for another EZA. It's in the game. Thank you. This time, it's not just one unit, it's not just two units, not three, not four,
not five, not six,
but seven. Seven EZAs. I think Bandai just realized that there are so many pathetic units out there that if they want to have these units kind of adapt with the times, they're going to have to throw in a bunch of these guys together. So this one is called the Fierce Battle Saga. That's the only reason that these guys have anything in common. The Fierce Battle link skill, I guess. But all of these guys are getting EZAs. Very, very long overdue for these guys. But let's take a look at what we are dealing with here. Usually I make some slides and I have things a little more prepared, but because there's so much to cover since there's 7 different units, it would be a little difficult to try to consolidate everything into 2 or 3 slides, so I figured instead I would just go through the Dokkan Wiki and do something like that for this time. A little more simple, a little more basic, but still effective. So, first things first, right off the bat, when you look at this, you want to check out the weakness. What is the team to use? What's the category to use to beat this? It's the Ginyu Force. I still don't know quite why. I think it's more of a why not. You know, the Ginyu Force never really have any shine. They don't really have anything to do except for being like the de facto prime battle team that you would use. But it's nice that the Ginyu Force now has some responsibility in the EZA space. So, Ginyu Force, easy free-to-play team to farm. They're very fun, in my opinion. I actually like using them. They're one of my favorite free-to-play teams, and they're very cohesive. The only issue is that they themselves are kind of weak. Maybe at some point they will do an EZA for the Ginyu Force, but that's besides the point. So you take the Ginyu Force in, and you're going to be upgrading 7 guys. An AGL, 2 techs, 2 ints, 1 strength, and 1 physical. All are very, very, very good post-EZA, so this is definitely worth doing. And let's take a look at the progression. So since there are 7 units, you would think maybe you'd have to shuffle some guys around when you're fighting them, and that's true. So early on, you start off with a couple tech, then you go through all of the int enemies. So from stages 2 or 3 to 10, you get all the ints. From 11 to 15, you get strength. From 16 to 20, you get more tech. 21 to 25 is physical, and then it rounds out with AGL being the rest of the way, and then beyond. Another thing that people had been assuming going into this was that because there are 7 units getting EZAs, we're going to be getting 7 sets of orbs, 7 sets of Kais, all that good stuff, maybe 7 sets of 30 stones. That's not happening. I mean, it would be ridiculous and insane, quite honestly, for Dokkan to do something that they would never do that, especially not on global. We are getting 30 stones, we're getting 1,550 small orbs for each type, 1,000 for each type in medium, 100 large. That's it. We're not getting a complete rainbow for any of them, which in my honest opinion is kind of crappy. I think that sucks. I think at the very least they should have given us a rainbow set of orbs for each type. A couple of units would have had the short end because, you know, we have multiple techs, we have multiple ints getting EZAs, but at the very least we could have had enough of those orbs to rainbow one of each type. I still think they should have done that. I don't like that they only gave us a third, a fourth, a fifth. I don't like that. And then they gave us 10 Kais, but they're split up into the various types. 2 AGL, 2 tech, 2 int, 2 strength, 2 physical. So if you're expecting a lot more of a payout, sorry, that's probably the only downside for this event. But the good side is you are getting some crazy good units. Another thing to take note before we move on is that basically you don't want to use any super units. This is all about extreme. This is all about taking the villains in to fight these guys. So if you don't have the Ginyu Force, because surprisingly, not a lot of people farm those guys, they're really not that strong in the grand scheme of things, and if you're a pay-to-play or if you're a whale, you wouldn't really want to waste your time, you know, farming out the Ginyu Force. So if you don't have the Ginyu Force, it's not the worst thing in the world. As you'll see later on in the video, you can totally do this pay-to-play, which is so weird to say, right? Usually it's pay-to-play that crushes these events. It's the free-to-play one that makes you question, you know what, can free-to-play do this? But in this situation, it's the exact opposite. You want to go free-to-play, but if you can't go free-to-play with the Ginyu Force, you can take extreme units, and it's totally easy. This is an extremely easy event with an extremely high payout as far as a reward goes. Very, very nice. So the Ginyu Force consists of 7 units. 7 units. Burter, Guldo, Ginyu, Jeice, Recoome, and then the 2 LRs that you get from Prime Battle. You don't even need these LRs, you really don't. You can just get this done with these 5. But for me, since I, farm everything out, I am a free-to-play and pay-to-play, but I'm a thorough free-to-play player. I have everything. So I have these two along with a few of these units. Any way you spin it, you'll be just fine. Even if you don't have this team, like I said, Extreme is totally fine. Now, let's take a look at each of the units and their Extreme Z Awakening. So we'll start with their TURs. We'll look at how there's such a huge contrast between the pre-ZA and the post-EZA. So for AGL Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, going in, he is a pretty mediocre leader, right? He doesn't really know what he's doing. He can't decide which type he wants to lead, so he decided to lead a couple. And he doesn't do a very good job with attack plus 30% and HP. That's crap. It's causes supreme damage, attack and defense plus 90% when HP is 80% or below. Not the worst passive for an older unit, but still not that great. When he EZAs though, he becomes one of the new best tanks. It's weird. He becomes a solid lead for 3 types. You're going to notice this pattern on a lot of these units that are coming up. He becomes a very, very good unit, a versatile unit, and this is becoming the growing meta. We are now getting some sub-leads or mid-tier leads in Dokkan that actually are quite nice, and it allows for more flexibility and versatility on your teams. You don't have to go with the 120 route, or you don't have to go the 70 route. You can do an 80%er now, and so this is one of them. He leads AGL Tech and Physical, causes supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack and defense by 30% for 6 turns, so that's good. And then, attack and defense plus 90%, there is no HP restriction, plus an additional defense plus 15% with each attack received up to 60. So before even considering his super attack, his passive already takes care of his defense. Then when you use a super attack on top of that multiple times within the span of 6 turns, you will stack so much defense that you'll be virtually indestructible. So this guy's very, very good. Let's move on. I don't want to dwell too long on one particular unit. So this is the Nova Shenron. He's a little bit better in the lead skill department pre-ZA. He focuses on tech. He gives HP and defense 100%, Ki plus 3. No attack, unfortunately. He causes supreme damage and raises attack for 3 turns. Ki plus 3, attack plus 90 when facing only one enemy. Kinda weak. Not as bad as Vegeta, but kinda weak. When he EZAs, he becomes a mid-tier tech leader, both for Extreme and Super. Tech type, Ki plus 3, 100% across the board. Causes supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack for 6 turns, and when he raises his attack, he does so by 50%, according to the Dokkan Wiki. So that's pretty nice. Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 90% is his passive. Shadow Dragon Saga category allies attack and defense plus 30%. This is a big deal because Shadow Dragon Saga really doesn't have much in the support department. First of all, they're severely lacking in units. They're like the Namekians in terms of not having too many units. It's totally not free-to-play friendly. So yeah, that category has been desperately needing some love. With Oceana Shenron dropping and now this guy getting his EZA, there is more promise in the Shadow Dragon Saga. Still not enough, but this is a big improvement. So this guy will now be a viable option for Shadow Dragon Saga teams. And now, one of the most nightmarish grinds ever has come to an end, and this is now one of my new favorite free-to-play units, the Tech Android 13. This guy's farm used to be a nightmare. Now it takes like 100 stamina or less. He's so easy. You gotta go do it. You don't even need to go buy him from the Incredible Gem Shop. You should definitely go grind him out, and you should also grind up a second copy with 5 super attack because this is a free SA-15, and because the game is not giving us enough Kais, you definitely want to do that and save those Kais for the other tech unit, the Nova Shenron or something else. So what does this guy do? First of all, his pre-ZA, he also doesn't know what he's doing as far as elite skill. He's got multiple types, but he's Ki plus 2, attack and defense plus 40%. No HP, kind of sucks. Supreme damage to the enemy lowers defense. Ki plus 4, attack plus 70 when Ki is 8 or more. I actually kind of like this. For an old unit like this, this is actually really, really good. Basically, you don't need to get a full 12 Ki for a super. You just have to get 8. Once you get 8, the other 4 automatically kick in, and boom, you got a super attack, which is 70% stronger based on his passive. Post EZA, however, he becomes a pretty decent free-to-play sub-mid-tier lead for tech, strength, and physical. He's Ki plus 3, 60% across the board. Not that great, but still better than some free-to-play units. And some free-to-play units can only focus on 1. This guy focuses on 3. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowers defense. That's a big improvement. Ki plus 4, attack and defense plus 80% when Ki is 8 or more. So now, when you use your 8 Ki super, you now have an even bigger boost, both in attack and defense. Attack and defense plus 30% when there are 3 or more androids category allies on the team. So, basically run this guy with androids, that's the point of this. But what's great about this guy is if you're free to play, and let's say you have no other leader, this guy can actually be a lead for your androids team. And what's great about it is that since it covers tech, strength, and physical, if your android allies are also tech, strength, and physical, you not only satisfy his passive, but you also fit into the lead skill. So this guy has become much more useful. Expect to see some videos on this guy in the future on my channel. Be sure to subscribe. Next, we have the INT Meta Cooler. This guy is an all-around support. That's all he's focused on. Supporting. Before his EZA, all types key +3, 20% across the board. At least he had the across the board part down, but the stat boost is pretty pathetic. Causes supreme damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. Not bad, not bad. Attack +30% for all allies, extreme class key +2. So he's all about support. Don't let him get hit because he will get you killed. When he EZAs, all types key +3, 70% across the board. There you go, another very nice leader skill for units that you're just trying to, train or throw together for some quick event on the daily missions. This guy will be one of those nice leads for you to do that on. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and massively lowers defense. This guy now massively lowers defense. You don't need to give him any critical. All he should be doing for you is additionals and dodging. His passive is great. Attack and defense +50%, all allies attack +30%, extreme class allies key +3, defense +40%. Very, very nice. You can run this guy in Wicked Bloodlines on any extreme class team, and it will be worth it. He's very, very useful. And now the other Android 13. Dude, I love Android 13. I'm so glad that he's actually getting some love. His leader skill before his EZA is actually not bad. In one particular case. Tech type enemies attack -43%. I've always wanted to try reverse super battle roads. Basically, a reverse super battle road, that's the term that I call it, is basically where you go into a super battle road not with 2 leaders, but with 2 units that nerf the competition. So this will only really work on the Season 1 Super Battle Road. So basically, if you go into a Tech Super Battle Road with your Extreme Int team, if you run 2 of these, you're nerfing their attack by 86%, right? Or the math might be a little different, but that's the idea. So with his EZA, he gets even better. But before that, let's take a look at his attack. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers defense. Changes tech key spheres to rainbow key spheres, attack +50%. That's just garbage. Not good at all. When he EZAs, tech type enemies attack and defense -43%. Now I have to do this. I have to do reverse super battle road. Expect to see that on the channel. Guaranteed. Causes supreme damage to the enemy, massively lowers defense. Very nice. You're massively lowering defense on enemies that are already nerfed by 43%. This is going to be awesome. Passive skill, attack and defense +50%. Changes tech key spheres to rainbow key spheres. Key +2 per rainbow key sphere obtained. Attack and defense per android's category ally on the team. There is no limit. That means times 7, that's 91%. So 91% plus 50%, 141% for attack and defense. Again, the math might be a little bit off because I don't know if it's a straight up 1-to-1 combination for percentages, but the point is he gets a lot of boost and then he gets a lot of keys. So this guy is very, very nice. One of my new favorite EZA units. He's totally different. He's not your conventional EZA, and he's got a very interesting lead skill, so I cannot wait to use this guy. Next, we've got the STR Evil Boo. This guy is all about nerfing too. So when you take a look at his lead pre-ZA, Tech Int STR type key +3, attack and HP 30%, causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises attack for 3 turns. He's got one of those flat passive boosts. 18,000 plus attack when HP is 99% or below. That's just trash. When he EZAs, he's very good. Tech Int STR key +3, 80% across the board. What? Causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises attack for 6 turns. His passive is where the money is, right? Attack and defense +90%. All enemies attack and defense -20%. Launches an additional super attack with a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack when there is a Majin Buu Saga category enemy. Whether or not you're running this guy on a team against the Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road, this guy works on any Extreme STR team because he nerfs, he boosts himself, he then boosts himself even more with his super attack. He raises his attack by 50% for 6 turns. He is a pretty decent unit to have on your team. And I saw one time, a long time ago on the subreddit, imagine running an entire Extreme STR team full of nerfers. Can you imagine how much of a piece of cake that SBR would be? Expect to see that on the channel, guaranteed! And finally, rounding out the Epic 7, as I like to call it, is the Physical Super Saiyan Goku. I think this is the headliner unit as far as, if you had to pick one as far as maybe the most superior. I think people are saying that this one is. It's hard for me to decide because I kind of like a lot of them. But let's take a look anyway. His pre-ZA, all types, HP attack and defense +50%. Causes supreme damage with a high chance to stun the enemy. pretty decent. Attack plus 10,000. Here we go. Attack plus 10,000. Defense plus 5,000 when HP is 50 or above. What is that? I mean, what is that? That's just trash. Post EZA. All types key plus 3. HP attack and defense plus 70%. All right. Cause supreme damage with a great chance. With a great chance of stunning the enemy. I don't think there is another unit aside from the AGL Mai from Peppy Gals that has this super attack. A great chance to stun means 70%. You are over 50% every time you attack. So if you give this guy max additional, you are almost guaranteed that's a stretch, I will admit, but you are almost always guaranteed a stun every time he attacks. And then his passive gets even better. Key plus 2 attack and defense plus 80% with a high chance of performing a critical hit with HP 50% or more. Key plus 3 attack and defense plus 100% and a great chance of performing a critical hit when HP is 49% or less. So this guy is prepared for a good situation and a bad situation. If you're reeling and you're about to die, he's going to get serious. If you're doing pretty well and you're cruising, he's going to do pretty well anyway. And his passive is completely predicated on critical hits. Therefore, this is a no-brainer, and I'm giving you this advice free of charge. Do not put a single point into critical hit, okay? Put it all into additional, and then put the rest into dodge. The critical hit is taken care of in his passive. Please. Please. As I mentioned before, the only team that works as far as the weakness is the Ginyu Force. Again, if you don't have the Ginyu Force, you can easily run extreme type teams. It's totally easy. What you're about to see are some highlights from the stream that I did when the EZA dropped. So, without further ado, enjoy some Epic 7 versus the Ginyu Force. Roll it. Let me put together a tech extreme team. Can pay to play handle this event? This. And then, whatever. This is where it ends. Then gets bopped. I'm glad we are getting a Goku Black LR, but physical. But physical, but not as merged Zamasu since we got one good one, but he lowers super units. We're getting a Goku Black LR? Oh, you're talking about the JP thing. Oh. I'm surprised we don't have LR Raditz. Nobody cares about Raditz, that's why. I do, but I meant like them. They don't care. LR Toonami when? When I have a talk with Bandai. If the channel can grow enough where I can get their attention, I'll talk to them. I'll take care of it. I'll do the voice for the active skill. No worries. Hey, this is the first time I'm using these guys together. It's the Golden Bros. It's the Golden Bros.
The world champ can solo this EZA, yeah!
Would Super Saiyan 3 Raditz hair be even longer? Dude, you wouldn't see him. He's just the hedgehog. Raditz the hedgehog. LR Krillin would be cool, no joke. Dude, I agree with you. Mr. Rodriguez, oh my god, I literally died. Best meme of the stream. What? What'd he say? BTS is a ripoff of the Ginyu Force. Brian, you know why I know? Why? Okay. I just made a joke that is related to the thing that you just made. Final stage. Let's do this. Brian, oh, you know what? Okay, you know it. Fist bump. You know it, man. You know it. Raditz Super Saiyan 3 hair would look like the movie Flame... The move Flame Wheel Poke. Yes, I've thought that too. Gohan banner. Have we hit 75 likes? If we have, I will. If we have not, nope. I hate the friend system. A lot of people do, man. A lot of people do. Need Outlaw Star or Yu Yu Hakusho music. There is a section in my Discord called Stream Music Suggestions where people can post their suggestions for possible songs to add to the stream. I will take a look once in a while, and if they are okay to be used without copyright problems, I will add them. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, we want Gohan. So, let us do it. Oh, no Jigen no Hazama. But we are getting a full house. Okay. Okay. No fusion. Okay. So no fusion. Oh, shoot, I was looking away. What'd we get? Dang it, I didn't see what we got. Let's do this. Alright. Beto, Bujin, whatever. Krillin, Frieza. You're summoning with me? Nice, Cam. If anyone is summoning with me, good luck to you. Scam time. No. Come on. Just give me... Just give me in. Come on. No thanks, I'm saving. Akil, you're smart. You're smart. Goten, dude, this is a big ol' F. Wow. Wow. I don't care for you at all.